Good day, ladies and gents. We're going to be doing the Unit 4 study guide for 2022, and it is on transformations. All right, let's get this going. All right, so choose a transformation. So this one right here. Let's start with the definition. Asymmetry is when you transform and it preserves the size and the shape. So a move, so transformation keeps size and shape. Okay, and isometry is the same thing. Okay, so it keeps a size and shape. Now, a translation is a slide, a reflection is a flip, and a rotation is a turn. All right, so with these, this right here, that right there is a slide, so that's a translation. This one here, you flipped, so that is a reflection. A transformation that turns around, so that's turn, so it's rotation, and this one right here is also a reflection. So those are all those, really quick, done in 1 minute right there. Given the vertices, these. All right, so the first thing we want to do is definitely just plot those. So if this is 0, 0, so that right there, that's my 0, 0. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, positive 1. That is letter D. Okay, this is XY, so this is on the X-axis because the number is with the X. That's positive 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my E. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my F. And positive 1, 2, 3, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that right there is my G. I take my straight edge, connect the dots, boop, 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 boop. All right, so there's my picture. All right, so that's the original. And so we're going to move this negative 11, positive 4. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be my D. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my E. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my F. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was your G. All right, connect the dots. Fabulous. And that's your new picture right there. We like to shade that in. All right, so notice that everything preserved the size and shape. So this right here, see how to get from this triangle, from this point to this point, you had to go over 2, down 1, and you'd have to do the same thing for this one, down 1, over 2. Everything preserved the same size and shape. All right, so where are those coordinates? So D is at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's negative 5, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's negative 5, positive 5, and it's your job to find the rest of those. Okay, number 4. So all you have to do is, here's 0, 0, where are those coordinates? All right, number 4. So here is my 0, 0. All right, so let's go ahead and plot the original points. So we have negative 2, 1, 2, positive 3, 1, 2, 3. That's my J. Positive 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my K. And positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 1, that's my L. All right, connect the dots. Okay, and then it says we're going to take this and we're going to go negative 2, 1, 2, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's my new J. Negative 2, 1, 2, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is my K. And then negative 2, 1, 2, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's my L. Okay, so I'm just double checking everything looks correct. So everything's slid. The dimensions are still the same. J to K is still a 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it only started at the point and go towards the corner versus the other way. Yeah, so everything looks like it kept the same dimensions. All right, so J, if this is 0, 0, J is at negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 4, negative 1, 2, 3, negative 3. All right, so those are the coordinates for that one, and it's your job to find the rest of them. All right, and then we have number 5 here. Okay, so so this is very important. We're trying to figure out how do we get from the old one to the new one. So that's the question. How do we get from the old to the new? So how do we get from H to H prime, for instance? All right, so see how there's a prime on this one? So these are the primes. So I want to know how to get from H to H prime. And so remember, we have to go this way first, where this is positive, that's negative. Then we have to go this way, where this is positive and negative. So I know you guys want to go up and then back, but that's not how we're going to do this. So how do we get from H to H prime? We went negative 1, 2, 3. So negative 3, positive 1. That's very important. A lot of people get that wrong. It's an easy question to get correct, but it's also really easy to get stuff backwards. So make sure you take the time to understand that one. All right, this one. So same idea. How do we get from this R to R prime? So I'm just going to shade one of these. How do we get from R to R prime or T to T prime? I'm going to use T because it's easier. So how do I get from T to T prime? I went positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's positive 7. And just double checking, get everything right. Yep. And then I went positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is positive 7, positive 5. And on the test, you just have to type in, like on this one, you have to type in a negative 3, 1. Here you're going to just type in 7 and 5 into the box. Excellent. Keep going. All right, so we're on number 7 now. So number 7, this is just a nice little review of how to graph these. These are going to be reflection lines in the future. So this right here, this is x equals negative 3. So here is the x-axis. Here is negative 3. Now, how do we smack that? We would smack it like this. So that would be that line right there. All right, this one right here, here's the y-axis. Here's y is 2. And no matter what x is, y would always be 2. So that would be right here. Okay, and then this one, it would be these dots. We are rising from left to right, so it'd be these dots right here. And there's that reflection line. And this one is falling from left to right, so it'd be these dots right here. And that would be this line right here. All right, sweet. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so on this, what we're going to do is plot those points first. So we have negative 4, 1, 2. So here's 0, 0. So negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my L. Negative 1, positive 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my M. Positive 1, positive 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my N. And negative 2, 1, 2, positive 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's my O. All right, we use our straight edge to connect the dots. So we got those. Okay, and they said reflect over y is 2. So here is the y-axis. Here's y is 2. I'll just put a couple dots there, so just to help me out. All right, so we're reflecting over that line right there. So we're reflecting over this line right there. Okay, so me personally, I like to flip this so that it's vertical to me and just flip each individual point. 1, 2, 3 before I hit that line. So 1, 2, 3. So N landed right there. O is one hop. So there's my new O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my M. And L is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my L. All right, so it went from this to this. Okay, so now I like to darken my actual axis line to help me refocus this. All right, because a lot of people think this is 0, 0 when it's really this. So here's 0, 0, and where was L? So L is over here. So that is negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's negative 4, negative 2. So negative 4, negative 2. Yes, and it's your job to find those other coordinates. All right, number 9. All right, let's do the same thing here. Here's my 0, 0. All right, let's plot each individual point. So that is positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1. That is Q. All right, and then we have positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1. There's my R. Then we have positive 8, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my S. And positive 2, negative 6. That right there is my T. All right, let's connect the dots. All right, so that was my original. All right, so that's my original. Okay, we're going to take all this and we're going to reflect over y equals positive x. So that's this line right here. So I'm just going to put these dots just to help me be more accurate. Okay, I'm reflecting over this line right here. All right, so we're going to turn this until that's vertical to us. Helps us a lot. And remember, what we want to do is we want the dude's arms both to be down. So Q, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took me 5 hops before I hit one of those dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I make the other arm going down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be my Q. All right, do the same thing to R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my R. So I'm going to put Q a little bit over here, a little better. So there's my Q, there's my R. And we just keep doing those dots. So I do S. There's my S. And there's my T. Right. Does that look legit? Yeah, everything looks pretty legit right there. All right. So now turn this back to normal. We're going to darken our axis lines just to help us refocus. All right. Now where was Q? Q was negative 1, positive 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 1, positive 4, and it'll be your job to find those other coordinates. Excellent. Let's keep going. All right. All right. Number 10. All right. So on number 10, let's plot these coordinates. We have, so here's 0, 0. We have negative 6, negative 2. There's my T. And then we have negative 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 3, 1, 2, 3. There's my U. And then we have negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is V. And negative 7, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my W. All right, we take a straight edge, connect the dots. Sweet. All right, everything looks pretty legit. All right, so this is my original. All right, so then they said to rotate 270 degrees around the origin. So that means that, so it's around the origin, so that means we're going to rotate this normally. So we're going to rotate this normally. So we grab our paper. Okay, so remember that this is, if this is 12 o'clock, this is 1, 2, 3, this is 11, 10, 9. All right, so I put my pen in the center. So my pen's in the center and I'm grabbing the top of my paper. And the question is, my thumb, when I grab my paper, am I going to be sliding my paper with the clock or am I sliding it against the clock? That's the question. So right here, my finger is right here and I want to go, they didn't tell me which way, so I automatically go counterclockwise. So 12 and my finger is going to go towards 11. So 11. So my thumb is now at 11 o'clock, and I keep turning. Boop, that's 90 degrees, and I just keep turning. Boop, that's 180. I'm completely upside down. Boop, 270. So this is up now. And I'm going to read the coordinates like normal from this position. So where is T, U, V, and W? And notice I wrote it in the same way that I'm going to be writing it down later. That just saves me a lot of hassle. All right, so if this is up from now on, where are those coordinates? So T is at -2, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -2, positive 6. And that's my new coordinate. And then so I would do that for all these. So -2, positive 6. So, because remember, everything reset in my brain. And I would just write down the coordinates down here when I'm done. And some teachers prefer that you regraph this after you write down the coordinates. So you write down the coordinates and then you regraph it up here. But me personally, if you already have the answer, this is what it was supposed to look like. I would use this as up from now until the end of eternity. All right. So number 11. So I made a typo earlier, so I'm just going to restart this. All right. So my Q is, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this chart. So just restarting. Good Lord. Hi, guys. All right. So number 11. All right. So you see how it says that we're going to rotate around this point. So we're rotating around this point. So because we're going to do this, we're going to be using a chart. So in order to use the chart, what you're going to do is the original. So Q, R, and S. We have -3, -4, 2, -3, and 3, -5. All right, so that's our original. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to undo your center, which is -1, -1. So what's the opposite of +1, +1? Subtract 1, subtract 1. So -3 minus 1, that's -4. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. And over here, -4 minus 1 is -5. -3 minus 1 is -4. And -5 minus 1 is -6. All right, let's plot each one of those points. Your Q, so we're going to take this and we're going to graph this. We're going to take that and we're going to graph it. So we're going to graph our fake. So that's -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my Q. We have +1, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my R. And we have +2. 1, 2, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's my S. So we're going to take those coordinates, connect the dots. Right there. Awesome. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this. So now that we have this, we're going to take that graph that we just did and we're going to rotate it. And they said to rotate 270 degrees. Now, they didn't say which way, so we automatically go counterclockwise in a box to the left, just like Beyonce. So we're going to turn this way. So, boop, that's 90. Boop, that's 180. And boop, that's 270. So this is up now. So these are my fake coordinates. These are not real. And this is Q, R, and S. So my Q was -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -5, +1, 2, 3, 4. And notice that we have the same digits. All right. And then R is -1, 2, 3, 4. So -4, -1. And my S is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6, -2. All right. So we're going to take those coordinates that we just got. We're going to write them right here. So we got -5, 4, -4, -1, and -6, -2. Now all you have to do is reattach your center. So redo your center, which was a +1, +1. So take these coordinates you just found. We're going to -5 plus 1 is -4. -4 plus 1 is -3. And -6 plus 1 is a -5. Okay, over here we have 4 plus 1, which is 5. -1 plus 1, which is 0. And -2 plus 1, which is a -1. And those are your final answers. So QRS, sorry about that typo right there, that is -4, 5. So this is your final answer. Your R was -3, 0, and your S is -5, -1. And these would be the coordinates you would have to graph if that was what they wanted was your final answer. Fabulous. All right, well, let's keep going. So then, we are now on, that was number 11. So let's go to number 12. All right, so we are now on number 12. So number 12, they're saying that we're going to rotate this 9 degrees around this point. So that means that we're going to be using the chart. So let's use the chart. And then now if up here's not enough space for you, because there's 4 coordinates, there's a bunch of space down here at the bottom. So you can use that. So let's see. So we're going to do our original coordinates. So we have the original coordinates are A, B, C, and D. I know there's not a lot of space, so for you to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to put this on this other page. Okay, so because I don't want to keep flipping back and forth here, so I'll use this right here so you can see what I'm doing here. So that way we have a bunch of space here. All right, so I'm at the bottom of this paper when I'm writing up here, okay? So let's do this down here. All right. There you go. All right, so we have our original A, B, C, D. That's a lot better. All right, so we have -3, -1, -1, -1, 1, -4, and -5, -4. All right, so the first thing we have to do is undo your center. So our center was -2, +1. So the opposite of that is +2, -1. So let's take all those and undo that. So -3 + 2 is -1. -1 + 2 is 1. 1 + 2 is 3. And -5 + 2 is -3. Over here, -1 - 1 is -2. -1 - 1 is -2. -4 - 1 is -5. And -4 - 1 is -5. All right. So we have those coordinates right there. All right. And then we have all right, so we have this. Just looking for my final answers. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to graph this. So let's graph this right here. So if we graph this, if this is 0, 0, we have -1, -2. And that was my A. We have 1, -2. That's my B. We have +3, 1, 2, 3. -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That right there is my C. And -3, 1, 2, 3, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was my D. All right, so we take those points and graph it. All right, so that's our original. So now we are going to rotate that. So now we take this and we rotate, and they say to go clockwise. So they said to go clockwise on this, and they said clockwise 90 degrees. So you put your pen in the center, and we're going to be turning our paper this way. So turn it clockwise 90 degrees, and this is up. All right, so these are the fake coordinates. All right, so where did we land? So A, B, C, and D. A is -2, 1. B is -2, -1. C is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -3. And D is -5, +3. All right, So we take those coordinates and we write them up here. And notice that we still have all the same digits. They are just in a different place. So that was -2, +1, -2, -1, -5, -3, and -5, +3. So that is us rotating 90 clockwise. Okay, now all I have to do is redo the center, which was originally -2, +1. All right, so we take our calculator, -2, -2. So -2 minus 2 is -4. -2 minus 2 is -4. -5 minus 2 is -7. And -5 minus 2 is -7. All right, and then we're going to add 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. -1 plus 1 is 0. -3 plus 1 is -2. And 3 plus 1 is 4. And those right there, those are your final answers. And all you have to do is write them down here. So our final answers were -4, 2. Our B, which is over here, is -4, 0. This is -7, -2, and -7, 4. So make sure you take the time to put those in the right spots. All right, now number 13. All right, so number 13. So on this one, they're saying what was a faster way to get from one shape to the other. So they were nice enough to say everything is reflection. So we don't really have to be too careful. So if this is 0, 0 right here, and we have 4, 2, 2, 6, 0, 6, -2. So I'm going to try to stay away from those numbers. So I think 3, 5 sounds like a good, maybe 3, 1. Let's do 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, +1. So this is my start. And just write the word start right there. All right, so now with this being our start, they said go 0, 4. Okay, so anytime they have a 0, I always put X, Y. So X, we're not doing anything. Y, so that means we go up or down. So we're going to go up 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I landed right here. Then it said to reflect over Y is 2. So here's the Y axis. Here's Y is 2. Reflect over that. So I went up 4, and then I'm going to reflect over this line. So 1, 2, 3 hops. 1, 2, 3 hops. And I landed right here. So this is my final right there. So what is a faster way to go from here to here? That's what they're asking. What's a faster way to go from here to here? So would the faster way being reflect over Y is 2? If I started here and I reflect over Y is 2, I would land here. Is that where I finished? No, that didn't work. How about -6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Y is -6. If I started here and I reflect over that line, I would be way over here. So that doesn't work. Okay, Y is 0. That's really this line. That's another name for the x-axis. So reflect over the x-axis. Yeah, that's the one. And just so we can solidify this, Y is 6. That would be 4, 5, 6 right here. If I reflect over that line, I'd be way over here, so that doesn't work. And Y is -2. That's down here. I would reflect over that. I would land down here. So no. So the only one that worked was this one right here. So C was the answer. Okay, we're getting closer. All right. So number 14. So what kind of transformation is this? So this is what I suggested was use a scrap sheet of paper on this just to move it around to see what you would do. So if I did this right here, okay, what is the fastest way to get there? And this one, I think it's pretty safe to say, like, rotation doesn't really work, but reflection, if I reflect over this line right here, it would darken that down so we can see through the paper. You can see that right there. Yeah, so there. So see, that worked out. So that was reflect over Y equals, is that a positive X or a negative X? That right there, that is a negative X. So Y equals -X. So we reflected over that line right there. All right, what is something else we can do right here? All right, so this one, here's my M and my M. Okay, it's pretty obvious that this is a reflection again. The question is, where did it reflect? The middle of the M's are here, the middle of L's are here, the middle of the N's are here. So it's this line right here. And that is, so reflection again, and that's, I hit the y-axis. So that is y equals positive 1. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. If I zoom in a little more, let's see. I zoom in a little more. This right here. So, n, that's 2, that's 1. Double checking here. That is 1 hop, that's 2 hops. Double check. Yep, that's y is 1. Y equals 1. Sweet. All right, so this one, let's see. Here's R. Oh, that's right there. That's definitely a slide. Now, how do we get from R to R prime? So that's a translation. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. And then we went down 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4. So that's 6. So positive 6, -4. And this one, we did a couple of different things, didn't we? All right. So the first thing, this is 1, this is 2. So the first thing we did was reflect over the y-axis. Then right here, how do we get from 2 to 3? That is a rotation. So either you can say that you rotated, boop, boop, boop. So that would be, if you go counterclockwise, that'd be 90, 180, 270. Or you could say they reflected over the y-axis, then you rotated 90 degrees clockwise. Both answers are technically correct. All right, these pictures right here is for these questions over here. Okay, and then here we go. All right, so on this one, we're going to have Q is positive 3, 1, 2, 3, -2, 1, 2. There's my Q. And then -10, -2. There's my R. And then we have positive 3, positive 10. That is my S. All right, take my straight edge, connect the dots. All right, so they're telling us to do a couple different things. All right, so the first thing they said was to rotate 90 degrees. Counterclockwise. Okay, so that's normal. So rotate that 90 degrees counterclockwise. So if I rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise around the origin, boop, this is up now. And I'm not going to redraw this. This is my picture. I'm just not going to take the time to redraw that. That'd just be a waste of time. So this is up from now to eternity. All right, so I'm going to use that. And then it said the second thing I'm going to do. So now this is 1 where this is up. Okay, and then it said to translate this positive 3. So 1, 2, 3, positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my S. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my Q. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is my R. And that right there would be your final answer. So where this is up. All right, so that's my final answer where this is up, right? So where were those coordinates? So Q, R, and S. They were at, Q was at that's positive 5, positive 8. So I can trust the digits, I just can't trust the signs when I turn this. Okay, my R is positive 5, -5, and my S is -7, positive 8. All right, so those are where the coordinates are. And then if you turn this back to normal, if this is going to be your final answer, all you have to do is plot those coordinates. So my final answer was positive 5, positive 8. That was my Q. That was positive 5, -5. That was my R. And -7, +8. That's my S. All right, we take those. And that was your final answer. And that's what it's supposed to look like at the very, very end. Awesome. Okay, where these were the coordinates. Q, R, and S were 5, 8, 5, -5, and -7, 8. Okay, number 19. Okay, let's plot the original coordinates. They said -10, -6. That's your D. They said -2, +6. That's your E. And that is -4, +9. Something's wrong. -6. Okay, so sorry, that's going to be a +6. I will make sure that that is fixed for later on your paper. So that is -10, +6. That's going to be D, and that will be -4, +9. That will be F. All right, so on your paper, that's what it's going to look like right there. All right, so this is my original. Okay, they told us to do a couple of things. Okay, the first thing they said was to translate this. +1, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my F. So +1, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's my E. And +1, -6. That's my D. All right, that was first action. Then needs to reflect over the x-axis. All right, so the x-axis is right there. So when I reflect this, D would stay in the same place, E would stay in the same place. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So my F would be right here. That is my second action. So we did the first one, we did the second one, and then it's to reflect over the y-axis. All right, so reflect over the y-axis. My E is 1 hop away from the y-axis. So one more hop, there's my E. F is 1, 2, 3 hops, 1, 2, 3 hops. There's my F. Whoops, nope, I'm reflecting the second one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's my F. And then that is 9 hops away, go 9 more hops, and there's my D. So 0 turned into 1, 1 turned into 2, 2 turns into 3. All right, and this is my final answer right there. All right, so if we had to plot that, so D, E, and F. So your D was 9, 0. Your E was 1, 0. And your F was 3, -3. And you would just plot those points. So boom, boom, and boom. All right, so that's E, that's D, and that's F. Boom. All right, so those are your final answers right there, and you would just plot that right there. All right, last 4 problems, yay. And remember, we're using the graphs over here just to help us out. All right, so for this one, we're just seeing what was like a faster way to get there. So I can use these graphs just to help me out. So if I just click, use some random point, what would it turn into? So we're just going to use some random points just to try to figure out what would be the best way. I'm just get my answers here. Okay, so what would be the fastest route to get to these things? All right, so I'm just going to pick some random coordinate, and you could use pictures. So here we go. I'm going to use a. So if this is my center, if I use a 2 by 4 triangle right there. Okay, so if I take this, if I shift 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I land right here, and then we reflect over x is -2. Oops, here's x, here's -2. So if I reflect over this, so it was originally this, right? That was my second action. And then reflect over that. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there, it goes straight down, it goes 2 over. All right, so what's a faster way to go here to here? So that's definitely a reflection, right? So reflect over what? Let's see, what's a smack dab in the center of all this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be smack dab in the center, and that's the y-axis. So reflect over the y-axis. And you just keep doing that until you find what you're happy with. So I'm going to start over again for that right there was for number 20. All right, so for number 21, I'm going to make that same pictures because it worked out so well. Boom. All right, so there's the original, right? And it said if we go left 1 and down 2, so left 1, down 2, 1, 2, followed by right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then it said to go down 4. So right 4, down 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's a 4 by 2. 4 by 2 triangle. Boom. All right, so here's my original, here's my new shape. What's a faster way? That's definitely translation. And the faster way to go there is right 1, 2, 3. So right 3 and down 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be the fastest route right there. Okay, and then you just keep doing that. You just try to find the fastest way to get there. All right, so on this one, it says to translate 5. So I just keep using the same picture. So here's my center. 3 away, so 4 up. So I just keep making a 4 by 2 triangle. And then it said if you go 5 down and reflect over the y equals 5. So go 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 4 by 2 triangle. And then reflect over y is 2. Y is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So reflecting over this. Ooh, that's a little hard, right? Because then if I reflect that, it would be way the freak up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like that. So it went off the picture, not too shabby. It was just 1 hop off. Okay, so not too bad. And then it said to, what's a faster way? So what's a faster way to go from here to here? All right, so let's see. I was only 1 off, so I'm not going to change it. So this is, so it's definitely reflection, and it's reflection over y equals something. So what's the smack dab in the center of that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops, right? So what's half of that? 1, 2.5. All right, so this is a 0.5 right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just double checking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2.5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. I keep getting 6.5, but I feel like it's 7.5. That's 4 hops. And it went down 4 hops, right? It says go down 5 hops. So 5 hops. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So if I did this correctly, that would be 7.5. All right. So please ignore the fact that I did this a little off. All else fails, just shift this down, restart the picture, you'll be okay. So we would reflect over y equals 7.5. That would be that one. So my picture didn't work out so well, so I would just change up the picture that you started off with and you'll be okay. All right, and this one right here, this says reflect over the y-axis, then the x-axis. So if I start with this right here, you know me, I like using my 4 by 2. All right, so the reflect over the y-axis, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. And then reflect over the x-axis, it would look like this. All right, what's a faster way to get from here to here? So if this is the original, that's 1, that's 2. The faster way to get that is rotation. That went boop, boop. That's rotate 270 degrees. So rotate, actually 1 boop, boop. That's 2 hops, so that's 180. So rotate 180 degrees. So those are my answers. All right, so hopefully that helped you guys out. Have a great and wonderful day. As soon as I find my mouse.